And so I never heard too much about Leverett. And so when people came up chanting into our freshman dorm and said, "Oh, you're gonna be in Leverett House," we were like, "Oh, what's that again?" I'm Ana Barba, and I'm a sophomore here at the college studying sociology. Today, we're doing something that's really, really cool. And so we're kind of just showing people what a Harvard dorm can look like. This is one of my favorite spaces, I'd say, in Leverett House. So why don't I show you around a little bit? So right now we're in a common room that I share with my 3 other blockmates, my closest friends here. Whatever, it's been a long day. I know that I can come home and kind of have this really cozy space to be in. The first thing that you notice if you're walking into our room would be this purple happy birthday sign. And it's actually been here for a while now, but we just wanted to keep it up because we think it makes the space even more lively if we move on to this wall. One of the first kind of things that we did when we were settling into our room here in Leverett was just set up our common room. And so one of my friends has traveled to a lot of places and she loves collecting postcards. So she was kind enough to kind of share with all of us and make the postcards communal. We've been collecting flowers. So some of the flowers that you will see here are not super alive, but they're from a couple of birthdays, a couple of boyfriends. And so it's just been nice to keep them there throughout the year. Another really cool thing is this little whiteboard here. So also kind of at the beginning of our sophomore year, we were talking about things that we want to do outside of just academics to spend time with one another. So the 4 of us thought about A, movies that we wanted to watch, and B, things that we want to do, places we want to go to. Right over here, we have some prints that we bought. When there was an open house at the Harvard Advocate, which is just a club here that's like known for their art. And then over here, if you notice, we have a small corner where we would normally have more snacks. But usually when we come back from winter break, since my roommates and I are from very different places of the world, we usually bring back some snacks that are kind of particular to our lives. So we can share that piece of home with our closest friends here. If you want to share anything with the other, like the 4 of us, we'll put it in this common table. And so these are snacks that are for the taking. So sometimes there's chocolates, other times there's like actual food. It's just pretty nice. And then talking on that subject of food, we also all are really big fans of either coffee or tea. So we wanted to have a little corner dedicated to that. So that's what this is. We have a little tea kettle that we don't actually use that much. It's more for like show. To be honest, but don't tell anyone else that. And that's really just kind of the outside of the room, but my bedroom is right over here. And so we can show you that next. So this is my bedroom. It's actually my and my friend's bedroom, but I think we did a really good job at arranging the furniture. So it feels like we each have our own space within this large double. And so actually when we first kind of stepped in here for the start of sophomore year, things were arranged pretty differently, to the point where I could see her when she woke up and she could see me when I went to bed. And we weren't big fans of that. And so we kind of made it so that we have this small division here with the desks back to back from each other. As I was arranging and decorating my room, but the top priority was having a comfortable space. And so if we look over here in this kind of section, is where it's my bed, but it's also just this wall that I've been enjoying decorating throughout my sophomore year with postcards and some small pieces of art. And then we see some fairy lights. Over here we have some stuffed animals that were gifts. Over here we have the whole desk set up. And so I also made sure to kind of just decorate a little bit of the area with things that make it feel nice and pretty. I'm a big fan of cats. And so we have some little like toy cats around. And then here are just journals that usually the top ones are the ones that I use the most. The things at the bottom, I don't really use that much. I'd say this is just kind of my space. Big fan. So right now we're in one of the common rooms here in McKinlock. And all of the common rooms have a table for people to work in, couches around, a TV. And I'd say this is one of the nicest common rooms because it also has really nice lighting coming in from the windows. And so if you're just looking for a place to work in that's not far from your home as a Leverett student, I'd say this is a great place to go to. And then just again, with the whole TV thing, if you have an HDMI cable and a computer, you can also get a really nice movie night with friends, and that's also pretty fun. It's also not a place that you can stay in for the whole day. You have to like eat eventually. But luckily for us, our dining hall is connected to McKinlock. It's just down the stairs, and so I can show you that next so you can see what it looks like. So this is our dining hall. I honestly think we have one of the nicest dining halls out of all of the different dining halls for each house. And it's connected to the building that I'm living in. So Leverett has 3 buildings, 2 towers, and McKinlock. And if you live in McKinlock, you don't have to even leave. You can just go down an elevator and reach the dining hall. But yeah, I think just the white walls, the checkered floors, the nice tables make it all a really nice space. With that being said, we'll go into our really pretty courtyard in the center of McKinlock. So now we're just kind of in our courtyard. This space is used for, honestly, mostly individual use. If you ever want to go to a space where there's warmth and grass and still be in Leverett, you can go here. Some of our faculty deans or just the people in charge of Leverett will sometimes have cookouts, and that'll also take place here in this courtyard. But yeah, it's mainly just a little nice area to walk through in Leverett. I hope you enjoyed watching a little bit of my dorm tour and getting to know a piece of Leverett House here within the college. Yeah, thank you for watching.